Welcome to the Choose on Purpose podcast, where leaders live with intention. I'm your host, Becky Plautz, and today we are talking about fresh beginnings and crafting your vision for the new year. Welcome to the podcast. We are diving into the magic of fresh beginnings, and January is a time, right, of new starts or for clarity and bold intentions. And together we'll explore how to craft a vision for your year that both is inspiring and achievable for you. Now, by the end of the episode, you'll walk away with a clear vision for yourself, personally, professionally, with your goals or planned achievements. You'll have intentional milestones and actionable steps to bring your vision to life. And I'm going to start by talking about visualization exercises to define those goals or honorable planned intentions, is what I'm really loving to call them. So, what is visualization and why does it work? And I've been really geeking out about learning more about the science behind visualization and how it engages the brain to identify those opportunities and solutions in our life. So, thinking about the brain in this way is just super exciting to me to know that I can learn more and understand the way that I think and the way that it can support me in receiving more of what I want, having affluence in my life to receive more of the things that I desire. And visualization is rooted in neuroscience and psychology. So it's really interesting. And when you visualize your goals or planned achievements and the success, then you activate specific parts of your brain that help bring those dreams to life, which means that you're fully capable of receiving what you desire. So here's how it works. One, activating the RAS, which is, it stands for Reticular Activating System. And the RAS is a network of neurons in your brain that acts as a filter for information, and it helps you focus on what's important and it tunes out the distractions. So it helps you stay focused on the things that you really want, that you say you want, right? And when you focus, when you visualize that goal clearly, that planned intention, what happens is that you're clear and you're repeatedly moving your RAS to prioritize those opportunities, the resources, and the solutions that align with that vision that you want. So, for example, when I started visualizing becoming a confident public speaker. I started noticing, right, opportunities of workshops and finding mentors and or events that I could apply to be a part of or was asked to be a part of that would help me improve my speaking skills, right? If you don't know, I had a fear of public speaking before 2018, and I started diving in to hosting a video blog series on YouTube called Live Fearlessly, where I interviewed leaders about a significant time in their life every single week when fear held them back from living their life fully and how that life experience helped shape the leader that they are today. And I started building my confidence by being a speaker at conferences and summits and retreats and workshops that I could collaborate with people to really build that confident muscle. But my RAS was looking for it when I was visualizing wanting to build that muscle of confidence. Okay, so that's number one, activating the RAS. And number two is mental rehearsal strengthens the neural pathways. So visualization creates a mental stimulation of your desired outcome, like the things that we want, right? So that strengthens the neural connections associated with the activity. So doing the thing. And your brain doesn't differentiate much between imagining the thing and physically experiencing the thing. So, for instance, athletes is a great example. I've heard this many times, so I'll just use the example that I know, which is that athletes often visualize performing their sport to improve the actual performance. So basketball is a great example of, feeling that swoosh from the free throw line. Like you practice it so much, the rehearsal is always there. And the mental rehearsal is strengthening the neural pathways to know how exactly to flick the wrist, the pressure to put on the ball, when to flick the finger, like all of those things. It's strengthening the pathways, building that connection stronger to associate with the activities that you consistently are doing the reps for. Okay, number 3 is boosting motivation and confidence. Seeing yourself, right, be successful in in your mind. It triggers a release of endorphins, right? That feel good, it's that feel good neurotransmitter linked to motivating and really that reward, right? It's the good stuff that happens. It makes you want more. It rushes in the endorphins. And it's the positive reinforcement boosting your confidence that increases your likelihood of taking action toward your honorable planned achievements or your goals more because it's boosting the confidence and boosting the motivation when you get that dopamine hit, right? It's triggering that release of the dopamine to see yourself succeeding. Number 4 is reducing anxiety and building familiarity. Again, that's just going back to being able to see yourself doing it, right? Visualizing can really help um, steer away from or desensitize you from any fear and anxiety about this new or challenging situation. Going back to my example of me being a speaker, the very first conference that I was speaking at, I was so scared. I was letting anxiety and fear like overtake me. I finally had a pep talk with myself, and the long and short of it is that I shifted my perspective to remember that I'm here to impact people versus worrying about what other people might think about the way I sound or what I'm sharing or any of that. And the fun part was that I was actually talking about making fear your friend and how to utilize the mindset tools that I use on myself, right? So this this really helps you reduce the anxiety, by having these visualization exercises for yourself to really see yourself in it. And, by mentally practicing a presentation, going over it many times or really getting familiar with the punchlines or the punctuation, the feelings that are in it, or an important conversation that you need to have or have been wanting to have that's been on your heart, your brain perceives the event as less intimidating when it happens in real life, right? So speaking out loud, even if it's to practice by yourself, your body is in it, your emotions are in it. So that really helps you build familiarity when you're doing that. Number 5 is sharpening focus and clarity. And this is all about regularly visualizing your goals and how that creates a clear mental picture of what success looks like for you, helping you stay focused and make those aligned decisions, right? That sharpening, focused clarity. It eliminates mental clutter and directs your energy toward the actions that matter the most, right? Staying on track. All right, so those are the five points about like how it engages your brain and the science behind it and why it's so important to use visualization to determine your goals and work towards a success. So a practical tip too is to maximize the effectiveness of your visualization is to use all your senses. And this is something that I'm actively practicing more and more. So start now, start messy, start imperfect, just like I am. And I'm here to just share with you, like, use all your senses. Imagine not just what's achievable, for your goals and what they look like, but also what it sounds like, feels like, even if, the smells, what's there, is someone giving you a bouquet of flowers for your achievement? Smell that. Are you celebrating with a steak dinner at a fancy restaurant? Smell that. And pair the visualization with action. So while imagining success primes your brain, taking steps toward your goals solidifies those neural pathways and turns the vision into reality. Right? So visualization is more than just dreaming. It's about creating a mental rehearsal for that success. So close your eyes. If it's safe for you to do that, close your eyes and imagine yourself at the end of this year. Mm. Ask yourself, what does it look like for me? What does it look like for you? How do I feel in my work and personal life? What words, images, or sensations come to mind for you? I encourage you to journal. You can open your eyes. I encourage you to journal your visualization using prompts too. This year, I will feel most proud of accomplishing fill in the blank. What does a typical day look like in my ideal life? Or what habits and routines have I embraced to create this life? I love these three prompts specifically because I can already see how powerful for me, like it helps reverse engineer. It helps look at it differently and it gets me excited. I hope this is helpful. I hope this is helpful. Please let me know. Is this helpful? Okay, that was just like part one. Like that whole visualization piece was just the understanding of how amazing that is. And that's frankly, that is the one part that I'm focused on this year, really leaning into more. So that's what I wanted to start with for this fresh beginning. The second part of this is really about setting clear intentional milestones, why things matter, right? Goals or your planned achievements can feel overwhelming without having steps to actually move towards them, right? A clear path for that milestone, having a visible and manageable space to like go and do the thing. So I want to just revisit, setting smart goals. Like the goal framework, of course, is it specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound, right? That's what SMART stands for SMART goals. And it's really like, can you be super clear about what you want to achieve? Are you defining how you'll actually track your progress? Are you setting goals or those planned achievements that actually stretch you, right? They're exciting. They're driving you to get out of bed and like go for the next thing that's on the way to that. And keeping in mind, are they realistic? Are you ensuring your goals align with your values and vision? That's the relevant part. That's how it's relevant to you. It aligns with your values. It aligns with your vision. Because if it doesn't, you'll stop, stall, stagnate, you'll quit on the days that it's hard, when it's challenging. And of course, then time bound is giving it a timeline, right? Like having a space and time to know, like, this is when the focus is the commitment to be done, to be really looking at how did it go. And so maybe an example is that you're starting a new business for this year. Yay, congratulations if that's your goal. I really want to know that. Or maybe you just started one. But let's use the example of having the goal or the planned achievement that you want to start your new business. Awesome. Let's talk about 3 milestones. One milestone might be to write a business plan by the end of the next month. Another second milestone might be to launch a social media platform by, you know, month 3 or 4. And the third milestone could be to book 3 or more paying clients by 6 months, right? And an actionable step is to invite listeners to pick a goal. The people that are on those platforms, on that social media, encourage them to pick a goal, encourage them to check it out, and show them your business. That could be an actionable step for you. So that's talking about SMART goals, right? And having intentional milestones to really have measurables. The way that you're going to do that over the next, maybe 6 months, whatever your timeline is. Another section of this would be talking about aligning your vision with those core goals, or I mean, core values that we talked about. So if you're wondering what a core value is, it's your values that act as your internal compass, right? They're guiding your decisions and keeping you aligned with what truly matters to you. And I want you to reflect on these questions that I have here. What values drive you personally, professionally? What values drive you? What, no, how? How do your goals honor those values that you have? And where are you out of alignment, and what adjustments can you possibly make? Create a values checklist for your goals. For each goal, ask, does this reflect what I believe in? Will achieving this bring fulfillment and joy to me? Is this alignment, or is this aligned with who I want to become? Those are 3 really quick, easy check-ins with yourself to say, how's this planned achievement feel and align with my value system? So, putting this all together, right? To recap for you, think about that. Visualize your future to identify what matters most. Then break down your goals into clear, actionable milestones. How will you actually be able to achieve it? Realistically, timeline, all of those things. SMART goal. And ensure that your goal aligns with your core values for that lasting commitment to get up and drive you towards it. I challenge you this week to take 20 minutes to write down your vision for the year, to choose one goal and define 3 milestones for that one goal. And then cross-check that goal with your core values. Remember, fresh beginnings are not just about starting something, they're about starting with intention. You have the power to design a year that aligns with your purpose and creates meaningful growth. You have the power to choose that. And if you're looking for a system to help keep you on track, keep you organized, planned for your commitments, your habits that you are working towards this year, the week intentions, capturing those wins and those improvements, and how you're making a plan every single day. I have a 6-month planner that's available. And I would love to get it in your hands if a planner would really help you. It's a all-in-one planner to help you level up on purpose for the things that you're choosing that are in alignment with who you are. Make sure that you subscribe to the podcast for more inspiring episodes this year. This is all about fresh beginnings, and I have a vision this year to really share more and more on my heart about when we say no to things, we're saying yes to the other things. And when we're saying yes to things, we're saying no to other things, and really leaning into choosing change for our betterment and the betterment of other people, right? Choosing that growth opportunity every step of the way. So until next time, keep dreaming, keep creating, and keep choosing a life that inspires you. Love yourself, live fearlessly, do all things with purpose. I'm your host, Becky Ploutz. We'll see you next week.